And just like in 2013, the Boston Bruins beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Round 2. Okay, so I have gotten all of the predictions right except Philadelphia. But that was by a coin flip. That was not as good as a series as I thought it was going to be. Very high scoring, and it actually wasn't like as great as a series as I thought. It wasn't as physical as I thought. The hatred's just not there because Philly hasn't been as good as Pittsburgh in a while, I guess. I don't know. But the Toronto Maple Leafs Boston Bruins series was just as awesome as I was hoping it would be. I watched just about every game. This last one, this last game wasn't too great. It could have been a lot better, but that happens from time to time. So the game just ended. I am not entirely sure if you can see my TV back there. Probably running commercials and then post game show. But the Toronto Maple Leafs just fell to the Boston Bruins 7-4, I believe, and it was a tight one. The score might not dictate as such, but one key defensive mistake made by, I believe it was Jake Gardiner, it lost the season for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about round 2 predictions, and I'll put a picture up of the whiteboard. I predicted everything, just the games are a little different. So let's start in the Western Conference with the Central Division title. The Nashville Predators will be taking on the Winnipeg Jets, and that is a series that literally everyone has gone insane about, and that's the one that everyone wants. Just like me. It's going to be a bloodbath, to say the least. These two teams hate each other. It's a bloodbath during the regular season. I can't even imagine how it's going to be during the postseason, so this is just going to be awesome. It's going to go 7 games. If there's any less than that, I'll be very surprised. Both teams have great assets. Both have Vesna caliber goalies. Both have amazing defenses that can jump in on the rush. Both have great offenses. I think the top 6 for Winnipeg has a slight edge over the top 6 for Nashville as of right now, the way they're playing. Forsberg, Arvidsson, and Johansson haven't been playing the best hockey. They finally put it together in Game 6 against the Avalanche, which in my opinion was their best game of the whole series. They played like absolute crap throughout that series. They were not good. They could have been a lot better defensively, offensively, whatever. Whatever it is, they have to change it because their first game is on Friday. So, who do I pick? I don't know. Like I said, not going to take less than 7 games. I am going to be biased here, and believe it or not, I do think the bottom 6 forwards for the Nashville Predators are going to be huge in this series. Just like they were in the last series, they're going to be massive. They match up a little bit better than the bottom 6 in Winnipeg, and for that reason, I am going to pick the Nashville Predators, and I'm going to pick them in 7 on the next game. The series is a sweep. Who knew the Vegas Golden Knights would sweep the LA Kings and the San Jose Sharks would sweep the Anaheim Ducks? I sure as hell didn't. I thought both series were going to go to 7 games. Guess what they didn't do? Go to 7 games. They only went to 4 each. So, I think both teams are very deep. One team is a better blue line in terms of offensive production than the other. Granted, really have no sample size for the Vegas Golden Knights because they only scored 7 goals in their series against LA Kings. And Marc-Andre Fleury just absolutely shut down the Kings with 2 shutouts, and he's looking like he has in the past, and he's just looking remarkable, and I really think not being in Pittsburgh is helping that. It's going to be an intense series. It's going to be a goalie duel. Martin Jones has been playing spectacular hockey. Marc-Andre Fleury has been playing spectacular hockey. Both offenses are very potent. Both defenses are very potent when they want to be. And both teams are going to want to shut down the other team. Vegas apparently can play really good team defense, according to the last series, and the Sharks can too. So it's going to be a very, very tough series. I have it in 6, though, and I think the San Jose Sharks are going to take the series in 6. On to the Eastern Conference. As I just said, the Boston Bruins beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, making the second round match of the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'll have a video about the Devils later in their season, and I'll reflect on that a little bit. But that's a later date. Tampa Bay did what they had to do. Took them 5 games. I thought it was going to take them at least 6. I was wrong there. The Devils played okay, but it's going to be huge. Both teams have very lethal first lines, and both teams have deep offense, and that came into play during these two series, and it's going to be a tough one. Again, it's going to be in 7. I really don't know much about these teams, even though I watched both of them for all their series. There's really not much I can say. The blue line might have the edge over on the Tampa Bay side, and because of that, I'm actually going to give this to the Boston Bruins. You what? You're surprised? Yes, because I made it seem like I was going to give it to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Well, here's where you're wrong, kid. Just because they have better depth on the blue line doesn't mean that they're going to win this series. Now, I know that was a little confusing what I was going to say, but maybe I did that on purpose. Maybe I meant to lead you on, kind of like what I did last video with the Vegas Golden Knights. But I think the Boston Bruins have what it takes. I think they can out-physical. I think they can out-physical. I think they can out-hit the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think they can be more physical than them. They have a deeper team in terms of the wings. And I still didn't think they're deeper than Toronto, but I think they're deeper than Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay as a deep team, but I don't know. I'm just feeling like this is the year the Bruins move on, and they take down the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is huge in terms of just, the grand scheme of things. Because Tampa Bay Lightning were supposed to be in the Cup Finals with the Nashville Predators. Down in the Metropolitan Division. The Penguins versus the Washington Capitals. Damn, where have we seen this before? Oh, right, the last 2 years. So, I'm gonna pick the Caps, and I just think it's time. They've tried it 3 other times, and I heard this interesting stat earlier today from the Hockey Central guys, and every time the Pittsburgh Penguins have won the Stanley Cup, they've gone through Ovechkin, and that's happened 3 times in the last, ever since Sid got there, and I just think that it's Ovechkin's time to move on. Do I think they're going to make the Cup final? I don't know. This game's going to take 7. And it's going to be the Washington Capitals coming out on top, and which leads the conference finals to be the Nashville Predators versus the San Jose Sharks, and the Boston Bruins versus the Washington Capitals. And because I don't want to keep going, I'm not going to predict the Stanley Cup final matchup. If I jinxed your team, I am sorry. Which really was only Philadelphia, and I don't really care about them because I'm a Devils fan, and screw Philadelphia. That's it for this one. Here's my outro. It's kind of cool. It's kind of catchy. It's been stuck in my head before.